Hey guys, and welcome back to Superstar Saga. You may be wondering how we got down the mountain so quick. Well, there was a little bit of an animation featuring the good old pterodactyl, whose name I can't pronounce, and he brought us back down. I foolishly decided to take his offer to go back up the mountain. Sadly, he's not there to take you back down, so I ran all the way back down and made it seem like I started the part myself.
Yeah, it was totally planned and not a complete lie.
Well, you know, from one failure to a success, we're finally going to get a different method of attacking enemies in combat. It's time for hammers, baby.
You don't really buy weapons in, like, the Mario and Luigi series. You usually kind of get them at particular points, and they unlock new actions, they unlock new bros moves down the line. So it feels really good to get additional stuff in this game in particular, because it feels like whole new things open up as a result.
It's one trait it actually shares with Paper Mario, because you do upgrade your hammer there as well, but the Mario and Luigi series doesn't really focus on boots so much as stuff like badges and whatnot, although Paper Mario does have that as well. I'm just like talking myself into a corner here. Just basically take every other word I say and I'll basically be right.
Do the opposite of whatever he says. Alright, Josuke, I'll play your little game.
Good. Luigi, can you come over here? I need to do a tutorial.
And yes, you can change the hammer guy in the back. Well, eventually. You can change him in the back to use a hammer on his brother. And yes, if you don't have the right move, the brother will not appreciate that, which is funny.
Yeah, funny, but painful for the person involved. Okay, I will. I have committed it to memory.
Well, it's always good to have a basic mastery of the fundamentals in practically everything you do. That's less of a commentary tip and more of a life tip in general. I'm sorry to kind of deal that on you during this otherwise comedic time, but I hope you guys are doing okay, is what I'm trying to say.
You guys really need to fill that hole in. Never mind having us go next door and smash rocks. You're liable to fall in there if you're not careful. And I'm not sure if you're like part rock or something. You look like you're part rock and part bean. Maybe just like cover it up with a tarp or something.
So would that make them like rock and grass types then?
Always gotta take it back to Pokemon, don't you?
I think that was a legitimate question. See, that guy wasn't hard to deal with. All we just needed was a hammer.
We basically could have tied a rope to Luigi's ankles and used him as a flail. In fact, you know what? They should do that in a later game.
I think maybe there's a move that's sort of like that. I think if you fuck up a particular brother's move, like that will actually happen and you'll just fling Luigi to parts unknown.
Nice. They're still using this gimmick. I can't recall if this comes back like later in like certain dungeons and whatnot. It mostly revolves around Hoo Hoo Man from what I can recall.
I think it was like one time and that's it. I don't know. I'm just trying to remember some of this as we go.
Now you see, if you jump on Mario, he'll expend all his water instantly, but if you use the hammer, you can do projectile water shots, so even now it's teaching you new things.
I really like the drip feed of abilities and new moves in this game, because it's that steady sense of progress, slowly but gradually introducing new stuff and getting you accustomed to it, that by the end of the game, you're just kind of mastering all of these different skills and combining them together in order to progress. It's very satisfying.
Oh, finally. I feel like we've been on this mountain for at least 3 parts.
I noticed that Mario's expression kind of looks like what happens when he gets trapped in a painting in Luigi's mansion. Was that planned, or...?
Maybe. It could be a coincidence, but there is like some Luigi's Mansion callbacks in this game, not to give anything away, although I probably have given stuff away. Fuck, god damn it!
Nicely done.
I am nothing if not a professional. Alright, you ready for some minecart shenanigans, Helldragon?
No, because I don't really like this minigame, but okay.
Oh, that's kind of a recurring theme for you. Like this minigame? No!
The end! That's the part.
Roll credits. So what's the deal with the bean dog? Is this like a goofy Pluto situation? I'm feeling a bit uneasy here.
It might be, I don't know. Like, I guess because he's like one of those old-timer minecart type of fellers you see in like the old California myths, then I guess he has to have an old hound dog with him. That's just the trope.
It might be like, you know, on Watermelon Island in the Steven Universe, there is a watermelon dog, so there you go.
True, I guess you can make things out of anything with beans.
Yes, let's ride in the carts. If we have to do a minigame to get down, we may as well get it over with.
I'm pretty sure the first time I tried to do this, I failed, and it was at this point that I was starting to cement why I just didn't like required minigames to progress. You'll notice a lot of it is due to my incredible laziness for any new form of challenge, which I admit is my problem.
Well, it's because you have to not only like guide the spotlight, you have to control the brother in the background as well, so...
Basically, the main thing you have to do is you have to keep the light on the brother in the background, like you said, while, you know, you're guiding them both forward. Now, along the way, you have to collect batteries in order to make sure the, you know, flashlight stays on. And you can also collect gems across the way. I think they're just basically for, like, a high score component. I think you win something.
No, you have to collect them to actually pass the minigame. There's a certain amount you need to get by the end.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Another reason why I questioned the required use of this minigame.
An interesting thing I noticed about this segment is, like, instead of, like, diamonds and whatnot embedded, like, deep down in the rock, it's actually mushrooms. So, what does that say about the Bean Kingdom? Like, mushrooms are a rarity here or something?
That would be strange. Then again, we still don't technically know Luigi and, like, Mario's origins. Like, when they die, are they gonna leave, like, mushroom-shaped corpses behind?
Oh, no, I think they're humans. You could say they're from Brooklyn or whatnot. I don't know. I think that was pretty much perfect. Oh, you want to get angry really early into the part?
Sure.
You remember the end of Yoshi's Island, right? When they were delivered to their rightful parents?
Yes.
Yoshi's Island 2... it may have been New Island, I honestly can't remember, reveals that that was actually the wrong set of parents.
Oh!
Yeah, delivered to the wrong fucking address, thus making the end of Yoshi's Island that less poignant.
Didn't that happen in, like, that new DreamWorks movie about storks or whatever? Is that just how they fucked it up and that's why they're doing packages instead?
I honestly don't know, because... look at me. Do I seem like the type of person to go out of my way to watch fucking DreamWorks? No, thank you.
I ain't, and I'm sure a lot of people aren't either. No, but I'm pretty sure nobody was on Twitter going, man, Storks looks like a really fulfilling film, and I'm looking forward to that.
Right, like, if you enjoy that stuff, you know, fair play to you. From DreamWorks, I wait for stuff like Kung Fu Panda, that's just me.
Yeah, well, sometimes you have to give things a chance. I mean, Kung Fu Panda being good is why we got so many movies after it, of course.
I guess. Let's get this over with.
Do we really need to learn how to swing a big, heavy object at people?
Do these guys ever get offended if people try to use them as weapons? That's what I wonder.
That's true. I mean, shit, I'm pretty sure... like, you can just, like, dual-wield these guys, now that I think about it.
Have you ever wanted hammers to be brought into the 3D Mario platformers?
I think that'd be kind of interesting, because, like... you know how, like, in you know, Super Mario Galaxy, where it's like, you could jump on enemies, but you also had, like, that spin attack you could do?
Yeah.
You know, like an alternative to a melee option. I never really thought Mario was much of a puncher kind of guy. He either jumps on people or he hammers. Like, I would like to see if they did, like, a new... you know, 3D Mario, where the hammer was actually his default melee attack. Like, you couldn't spam it. Maybe it was another spin, like in Super Mario Galaxy, but I think he should do that more often.
Or, like, even tie it into the platforming. Like, you have a triple jump. Maybe, like, after you do the triple jump, Mario brings out his hammer if he presses the button at the right time, and he does a quad jump.
Yeah, like he hits the ground so hard that the recoil just flings him up in the air again.
I don't know, these are just my ideas, and as I like to bring up every now and then, I merely talk over other people's intellectual properties. I don't make the games myself, and for good reason.
Now, in this game, when you defend with the hammer, you basically have to hold it down and wait till it shakes and then throw it down. If you wait for too long, the head will actually slide off. In later games, they don't do this, though.
No.
Yeah, which, again, is just kind of simplifying it to make it easier, but at the same time, I kind of like the whole... It brings a lot of attention to defending with a hammer, where you really just can't spam that kind of thing. You really have to time it appropriately.
My response to this is just that I'm a bit of a casual in this regard. Like, my reflexes are already, like... they're all on high alert already, so to speak. So to have, like, my defense be able to fall through at a moment's notice is something I don't really care for. So give me the most complicated enemy patterns you can. Just allow me to hold up the hammer without the head falling off, you know?
I guess what they were really trying to do with that was that they were trying to make it like, you know how when you just fuck up a jump defense and you just get hit anyway? They kind of wanted to do that with a hammer so you didn't have like a perfect defense just waiting to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, I get it. I'm not going to give you the hammers back though. Fuck that noise.
Take Luigi.
Ha, he said a word wrong. Classic Mario and Luigi comedy. My brother's always got to be arguing.
I do like how they just kind of slide the text box off screen.
Yeah, that's great.
They just don't do that enough, I think.
This isn't the way we need to go. In fact, I think it's kind of a late game area, but there are some item blocks or boxes. I keep calling like question mark blocks item blocks for some reason. I apologise, but that would be getting pedantic. So we're just going to get what we can here and then move on.
I think up here, actually, if I recall correctly...
You're stalling, you motherfucker.
Yeah, definitely some late game stuff. I seem to recall there was like pipe you can go into to warp.
I doubt I'll be coming back to this region much anyway. I can't recall many story purposes beyond what we've already covered in Hoo-Hoo Mountain.
Alright, now we're in your standard, typical kind of green area that they usually use to introduce, various Mario areas. And here's one of these spiky enemies that teaches you that maybe you shouldn't blindly jump on everything you see in the field.
Yep, this is what hammers were made for, boys and girls, and these guys are pretty easy for the most part. Just attack them when they come for you. Bada bing, bada boom, they're gone. And you get unique hammer animations. There you go.
Nice. Yeah, depending on what you finish the battle with, you'll get a unique animation as a result, and later when we get the third upgrade to their main attack function, we'll get a new one there.
I think those are my favourite, honestly.
I like those a bunch too, and I kind of wish they would come back.
I see, the deal with these guys is they wait a little bit and then they come at you, and it's always those types of delays that fuck me up the most reflex-wise.
But again, a pretty simple enemy, basically to teach you more really about how to defend properly with your hammer than anything else.
Boom. Oh, I'm getting woo beans out the arse here.
Yeah, that was like, what, 2, 3 so far? Unless you cut some off screen, which makes sense.
I didn't want you to see the same battle over and over, so I cut a few here and there.
So he just shoots a star towards the screen. No, you don't get to see it.
Yeah, it's the secret Mario Bros move. It's the star nuke. I gotta say, just while we're on the overworld field here, I think this may be one of my favourite pieces of music on the soundtrack, the Bean Bean Overworld theme. It's really fucking good, and it's kind of hard getting a decent rip of it on YouTube, I found.
What, really? They didn't rip that?
Well, they is kind of like a random assortment of people, but at the time I went to go look for it years ago, there wasn't really a very good, high quality rip of it, let's say.
I want to mention again, all the various dancing that they do throughout the game. I love when you're on the menu, you're selecting an option in battle for these guys, and they just kind of jig back and forth, swishing their fists. It makes you feel good when you're playing.
Oh my.
E3 didn't go as well as expected.
Wow, so people just started a riot? Fuck those guys, I'm entitled to quality game announcements.
Where the fuck is the NX? Where the fuck is Metroid?
It's 2003, asshole.
Where the fuck is Metroid?
People got so angry they transported themselves back in time to, the GameCube era.
I just see a person who's just so mad at his computer. He's just and then electricity starts going around him, and then he just travels back in time into him sitting at the same computer in 2003.
That's what happens when you ran to 88 miles an hour, I guess. But I think it's pretty obvious who did the smashing and the bashing here. Cat Claire is looking for something, and it must obviously be hidden in or around Bean Bean Castle.
Now, the shop here still works a little bit, but I just had this image suddenly of them going back to, the ruined area, just everything smashed up, and then going, Super Smash Brothers!
Nice. These are the jokes, folks. Okay, we can get basic supplies here. I think I'll get a couple of mushrooms and some syrup as well. Refreshing herbs are for basically healing status ailments. And you'll notice if you look at the top right, we get 6% off all purchases.
I do like how they combine all the status healing items into just one thing you have to buy. Not like Pokemon where you have to buy like 4 or 5 different pieces of shit.
Well, until you get like full heals, full restores, and so on.
And yes, these are some extremely ugly bean people. I'm not judging. They're just extremely ugly bean people.
They kind of look like designs are real monsters, but maybe that's being too, like, harsh and critical.
Yeah, they're like Klasky and Kupo kind of stuff, or however the hell you say them.
Ah, a trinket, a MacGuffin. This must be what Calculator is after. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe she's just wrecking stuff because it's fun.
I don't know. It's kind of fun to break things, you know, if you pretend this innocent village is your Legos.
You don't smash stuff often, do you, Eldragon?
Oh, well, no. I smash my goals! Yeah! Well, maybe not as much, actually.
Well, you're a dork, but you're a dork with goals and, like, motives. I appreciate that.
I'm a dork with heart, basically.
Yes. Everyone is delaying us. We need to get into the castle.
Sure I can. I'm Mario and Green Stash. I'll waltz wherever I want.
It's Red Mario and Green Mario.
I think at one point they called them Red Mario and Green Mario. Not in this game, but like in like a later game. I remember that.
And Red Sonic. Perfect.
I'm thinking like get to a point where everybody forgets Luigi's name. Like Mario gets Luigi a birthday card, happy birthday, and inside it's just blank.
I think he'd at least call him Little Bro. Oh, these guards. Like a fucking Abbott and Costello routine.
We have to put the most comedic guards up front to protect the castle. That's the best option.
Note to self, if I want to break into the Bean Kingdom castle in future, learn to jump at least 2 foot in the air. Good stuff. Other guy.
Ah yes, the other guy brothers.
Ah yes, I see. It was also obvious. Oh!
And then Lancelot from Monty Python just charges in and kills them both and then just goes throughout the castle.
Nice. Oh, it's anime.
Well, that was a very interesting banter, but fuck you.
Yeah, I kind of need to get inside now, so here's the rose. Give us entry. Ta-da!
It's got a little name tag, Prince Peasley's Rose, hi.
Well, you're joking about that, but he did say he autographed it. How do you autograph a rose exactly? You must be pretty dainty with your handwriting, otherwise it will break the stem.
I don't know, this is Prince Peasley. I'm pretty sure he has that kind of hand-eye coordination.
Ah yes, that feather touch. That's why he uses a rapier. Okay, just gonna have a quick sleuth around here, see if there's any items dotted about, and nope, we're good to go. So we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.